Before we get into today's video, I did want to say thank you to a new channel member. You might recognize the name. It's Shane Liebig with a Tier 1 membership, the car owner for Ryan Timms and that number 10 car. Shane, thanks for the channel membership. We'll see you, I think, at Texas next week, so appreciate that. Also, thanks to the rest of the guys on the board here. The green writing at Tier 3 members, red writing at Tier 2 members, and the black writing, all of the Tier 1 members here on the channel. Really appreciate the support. Now let's jump into today's video. Welcome back. So this is the start of what is, in my opinion, the best weekend of the year on the schedule for the World of Outlaws. Tomorrow night, they go to the Jacksonville Speedway, which is what we are talking about here today. And then on Saturday, they go to my all-time favorite racetrack, which is the Tri-State Speedway in Hobstadt, Indiana. We'll talk more about that tomorrow, but just an action-packed weekend of racing for the Outlaws. Going to be glued to the TV for both nights. Quarter-mile action at Jacksonville. Remember the race last year between Gravel and Larson? They went back and forth a couple of times. And then Hobstadt every single year either has an incredible race, a surprise winner, whatever it is. It is exciting stuff at both of these racetracks, and so my favorite weekend on the schedule for the Outlaws this year. This will be race number 17 for the World of Outlaws. We're closing in on another, update in the points championship that we do here on the whiteboard. Once we get to race 24, we'll do another update there. But race 17 for them, of course, it is in Jacksonville, Illinois. It is a quarter-mile bull ring, and it is tight confines there for 24 410 sprint cars. Obviously, you'll be able to watch all the racing on Dirt Vision Live. Weather forecast is not looking incredible as of right now. I have seen a couple of teams say that they will not be going to this race just because of the weather forecast. And this is from weather.com. I got a lot of people yelling at me in the comments last time when I did the weather for Knoxville, and they said there's no rain in the forecast. And then, of course, it rained out on Friday. Blame weather.com. This is where it's coming from. 75 degrees for a high, a low of 50 degrees, 41% chance of rain. I will say that 41% is in the afternoon. It's not during the race program, and 10 to 20 mile per hour gusts coming through that area. So the weather forecast at night looks good. It's during the day that's a little bit sketchy right now. The race will be $12,000 to win and $1,200 to start. As of right now, an estimated car count of 30 to 35-ish. We'll talk more about that here in just a few moments. And when we get to that, Johnny Gibson did send me his list of guys he is expecting to be there. There are a couple that I've texted and said they will not be there. A couple of guys on there that are going to be running the Power Eye Series. And some other guys are going to be running, not going to Jacksonville, but they'll just be going to Hobstadt. So 30 to 35-ish cars. Last year they had like 50-something. That was the weekend that High Limit canceled. And so a couple High Limit guys went over there. But still going to be a really good car count going into this weekend. The last 5 410 sprint car winners look like this. Now, there is a lot of 410 action that goes on at Jacksonville throughout the year. They do have a weekly series there. And the MOA Sprint Car Series also goes there quite a bit as well. October 5th of 2024, the winner was Joe B. Miller. Now, Joe B. will not be there this weekend because he's a full-time driver of the Power Eye Series, and they are running in Oklahoma. October 4th, it was Paul Nienheiser. He won with the MOA Sprint Cars. He also won on September 20th during a local 410 show there. September 13th, another MOA sprint car race. It was won by Joel Myers Jr. And then on September 6th, it was a local show won by Corbin Gurley. So a couple of different winners there in those last 5. The only one that is on Johnny's list right now is going to be Paul Nienheiser. Would not be surprised, though, to see Joel Myers Jr. show up or Corbin Gurley. He runs the IRA full-time. IRA runs on Saturday, but not on Friday, so maybe he'll show up as well. The point standings going into this race for the Outlaws, of course, David Gravel is still up front. We have had a change for second, though. Gravel comes into this one with 2,264 points total. Logan Schuchart is the new second-place car in points. He is 68 behind. He did gain 10 points on David Gravel last week at Knoxville Raceway. Carson Macedo bumped back to third in points. He's 100 behind Gravel, and he lost 36 points at Knoxville. I do not think he got back onto the racetrack. Did he DNF? I think he did back at Knoxville. Got in a wreck or had a tire blow or something. He got stuck in the work area. He couldn't come back out. So lost a ton of ground there. Buddy Kofoid, fourth in points right now. He is 140 back. He lost 12 points to Gravel at Knoxville. And then Sheldon Hodenshield is fifth in points, minus 198. He is 18 points behind, or he lost 18 points to David Gravel at Knoxville Raceway. A little bit of green writing here on next to each driver. Gravel did get a win here last year at Jacksonville in 2024. Logan Schuart, I'm a little bit worried that he's going to give those points back that he gained at Knoxville. Jacksonville has never really been a very strong track for him. His best run ever is 8th. And, you know, I think he has 5 starts there, and 3 times he started outside the top 10 in the feature. So Schuart might lose that ground he just gained to Gravel, but they've been a lot faster this year, so maybe things will look a little bit different for him. Carson Macedo, a 2019 winner at Jacksonville, so maybe an opportunity for him to gain some ground. Buddy Kofoid started on the pole of last year's race. He ended up in 3rd. That's his best ever run at Jacksonville. And then Sheldon Haudenschild, best run of 7th, but he's led 2 races there in the past, has not been able to get a win or a top 5 finish. We know Sheldon loves tracks like this, so maybe he can get a win and start to chip into the points lead a little bit for David Gravel. Now, I did find an interesting stat here for Jacksonville and the Outlaws. I always try and have something a little bit different down here in this section of the preview boards. The last 4, now there's only been 5 total Outlaw shows at Jacksonville in series history, but the last 4 Jacksonville races have had 14 different lead changes. So that just goes to show you right there that these races are unpredictable. There's a lot of moving and shaking, in-lap traffic, all kinds of crazy stuff going on. The track changes a lot. 14 lead changes in 4 races. And the 5th race was won by Christopher Bell. He led all 40, so it wasn't that exciting. It was his first ever Outlaw win, but did not have a great battle for the lead. 14 lead changes is a lot in 4 races. Now, let's get into the roster. I'm definitely going to be missing a couple of guys on this list, but we've only got a couple of magnets for these guys. I mean, there's a lot of names on there that I am still trying to get magnets for. Maybe someday we'll get all of them, but as of right now, this is what we've got. Brady Bacon in the 21H, of course, the 27 of Emerson Axum. Still trying to figure out why he's not full-time Outlaws. He's ran every race so far this year. The 55, that is going to be the 55V of Kerry Madsen. The 21 of Tanner Holmes will be in the field as well. The 71 of Parker Price Miller, and the 34 of Sterling Kling on the drivers that they do have magnets for. And a couple more down here at the bottom of the list that Johnny sent me. The 3N of Jake Newman and Max Guilford, 2 full-time IRA guys. They are scheduled to be there at Jacksonville Friday and then make their way to Beaver Dam on Saturday. So Guilford and Newman right there, the 3N and the 16C. Will Armitage in the 7A. Paul Nienheiser, we mentioned him earlier on, in the 9X, could be a dark horse to maybe get a win this week at Jacksonville. The number 1 of Sammy Swindell. The 96, another full-time IRA guy, that's Jake Blackhurst. The 21R of Gunnar Ramey, 12S Aiden Schmidt, 29 Brayton Lynch, 31 Joey Mohan, 37 Aiden Gatewood, 3B Shelby Bosey, and the 9 of Tyler Duff. Just a couple of drivers that Johnny sent on his list. There's way more that I could have put on here, but do not have enough room on the whiteboard here. So let me know your thoughts on Jacksonville and the weekend that it is with the Outlaws, Jacksonville and Hampstadt. I think it's going to be incredible television to watch. The heat races, the B-main, the feature, everything is going to be action-packed. It is hard to not have action at a track like these two that we're going to this weekend for the Outlaws. So looking forward to tuning in later on this week. And hopefully you guys will tune in tomorrow to the Rodman Rundown. We'll have a race preview for Hampstadt Tri-State Speedway on Saturday night. Thank you all so much for your support, and we'll talk to you again soon.